Gaining control is as possible as taking a picture of a unicorn, and maintaining it is as easy as catching the wind. Even when we clearly know that unicorns don't exist and catching the wind is impossible, we still strive for control. God doesn't want you to try and control your situation, your circumstances or other people, or even your pain. Instead, he wants you to give it all to him, and yet he still gives both you and I the option to either depend on ourselves or depend upon him. For each and every one of us, that's going to lead to either freedom or indeed frustration. Welcome to this week's Hope from the Hills. If you're anything like me, you'll be firm in the belief that you're in complete control and charge of your life. And when you do everything your way, then everything will go right. But the fact that we actually believe that we possess the knowledge and capability to determine the course of our lives is nothing short of baffling. And what if I told you that overall, you're not really in charge of anything, that God has and wants you to know both his purpose and his plan for your life? When you let him have control, life's road becomes less weary, challenging or frightening as it opens up into what it can and will be, and that's a beautiful journey with him. The Bible says this: our God is in the heavens. He does all that he pleases, and he is pleased when he's loving his children. God is in control of all things in heaven and on earth, and he makes sure to do what's best for us. That's Psalm 115 and verse 3. Put simply, we try to contain and keep contained what we want to domesticate and what we think we're in control of. But what God would say to us in this verse is simply this: that I am not only in control of all that of which you think you're in control of, but I'm in control of everything else that's outside of that too. The vastness of the heavens, the wildness of the oceans, every second of history, every facet of creation, and everything that draws breath upon the earth. It is he who is sovereign, and it is he who has control over all of these things. Cease striving and know that I am God, says the writer of the Psalms. If you feel out of control, it's because you are. But when you cease striving and surrender it to the one who truly controls the wild, then you'll only then find yourself not only safe, but in better hands. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, commends the writer of Proverbs, and he will establish your plans. It's God who works out everything to its proper ends, for he is the author and creator and establisher of those things that we're trying to manage and control ourselves. And yet, no matter what our circumstances might be, God works for good as we relinquish control to him, that allows us to walk in both serenity, peace and freedom. Are you wading through life worn out and frustrated? Because if you are, there's a high chance that you're overstretched and burdened, trying to control everything or everyone around you, for control is the enemy of rest. Jesus says this: come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. In those moments when we feel out of control, our knee-jerk reaction is to hold tighter, grip harder, and work longer. Jesus challenges us to go counterculture and come with him with open hands and hearts in complete and total abandoned surrender. When we hand over control, he will meet us where we are, and he promises to be not only our rescuer, but our rest too. Who we are today is a direct result of the choices we made yesterday. Every choice we make has consequences that impacts the path we take. So we need to stop trying and start trusting. Let go of trying to figure out the whys of life and trust the one who truly has complete and unequivocal control, the one who is before all things and in whom all things hold together. That's when change, transformation and transition truly begins, in the moments when we start letting go and begin letting God. And in the midst of our surrender, we will find that there's hope and freedom from the frustrations of trying to manage that lifestyle of control. I'll see you next time.